So, good morning students. So this is lecture number 10. So in this lecture we will discuss about the gun diode, its application and its working. So just I will take a pen. I will choose color. Okay. So we'll discuss about the gun diode, its working, its application. So before starting out the lecture, if you are not subscribed my channel, please subscribe the channel. If you are subscribed, then you will getting the latest update of each and every video which I uploaded on my YouTube channel. You can browse through the playlist and you can watch the entire series of micro engineering. You will find the lecture from the first where we have discussed about the syllabus and all that. You will find over there. Then in the playlist you can watch the videos of EDC. This subject is very important for the GATE exam, so I am taking the lectures that levels of GATE exam. Okay, a lot of concept I have explained over there. You can watch the videos also. Then you can go through the DTSP, discrete time signal processing subjects, and you can watch the entire video series of discrete time signal processing. Okay, so in the last lecture we have discussed about the pin diode. We have covered this term, that is nothing the p-type. Here the intrinsic layer is sandwiched in between p-type and n-type core. Yeah, so this pin diode is used to select a different frequency by changing its voltage across it. So we have discussed in this time. So in this lecture we will discuss about gun diode. Okay, gun diode we have discussed. In the last lecture we have started with the gun diode. In this particular lecture I will finish with all its working and its application. So gun diode is there. So we'll start with. So what exactly mean by gun diode? So it look like this one. Okay, it look like this one. So normally till that you know only the PN junction diodes. Okay, PN junction diode, or we say that you can say that Zener diode. So these diodes are there that are not use of micro frequency. You can't use these diodes at a micro frequency, because if you are increasing the frequency, that is some megahertz, terahertz or gigahertz itself, then what will happen, the inductive effect and capacitive effect will occur. So that's why we can't use the normal PN junction diode at the micro frequency. So if you want to use that diodes at the micro frequency, then you have to use the tunnel diode, then gun diode, then pin diode. So different applications are there. Suppose if I'm designing the satellite. Okay, satellite, we know that satellite transponder is there. Okay, satellite transponder that is used for the communication purpose. Uplink and downlink frequencies are there. So that frequencies are near about 2.5 gigahertz. Okay, 2.5 gigahertz uplink and downlink frequency. If you set your set-top box, then you will find the uplink and downlink frequency of the transponder. Different frequencies are there. So 2.5 gigahertz frequency is there. So if you want to operate at that, so what you have to do, you can't use the normal diodes. You have to use the pin diode, then gun diode, then different transistor that are there, impaired, Barrett and all that. We will discuss in the later or lecture. So this is the one of the part of the device which you are using in the micro electronics. So just a minute, I will drop this portion. Okay, so this, up to this we have seen in the last lecture. So what exactly mean by gun effect? So if you are increasing the voltage, normally we know that, suppose if you are drawing the VI characteristics of any diode, VI characteristics of normal PN junction diode, silicon or germanium, whatever this, if this is my voltage and this is my current, then what will happen, at certain voltage near about 0.37 for germanium and 0.67 for my silicon, okay, and 1.1 volt for my GAS. So the diode will break down and current cause to flow. This, whatever this voltage is called as what, knee voltage, we can show that knee voltage or here, or threshold voltage we say that. So depending on material the voltages are different, but okay, so it will conduct in the forward bias. But what will happen if I am using just my single material, that is nothing but the n-type material only, and that is of GAS, gallium arsenide. if I'm using just gallium arsenide, then what will happen? If I'm increasing the voltage, if I'm increasing voltage for certain voltage, just I will rub the portion again, I will draw for you, then your concept will be more clear. At certain voltage, the current is increasing. Okay, so the current is increasing at certain voltage. If you are increasing the voltage, current is caused to be increasing, and at the peak voltage, or we can say that peak current over here, suppose this is the maximum value, then what will happen? The current caused to be decreasing. If you are increasing the voltage and current caused to be decreasing, here this VI characteristics, what will happen? If I'm increasing the voltage, current is increasing at certain voltage. At this voltage, this is called a threshold voltage, we say that threshold voltage. Then what will happen? The current caused to be decreasing. When there is a current caused to be decreasing, where we know that current is decreasing due to the resistance. Okay, if you are increasing the resistance, the current will be caused to be decreasing. So in this particular region, negative resistance region will form. Negative resistance regions will be formed. Then what will happen? Current is not going to flow. So whatever this region is called as negative resistance regions over here. So this, due to this, what will happen? The oscillation will create. This oscillation will created. So the effect is called as Gunn effect. The effect is called as what? Gunn effect. What I'm trying to say is, if you are increasing the voltage, so beyond the threshold voltage, the current is caused to be decreasing due to the negative resistance region. Due to negative resistance region, and due to which oscillation, it will create an oscillations. Because of negative resistance region, it will create an oscillation. That's why it is called as what? Gunn effect. This effect is called as Gunn effect. Okay, so these are Gunn effect. So Gunn diode as oscillator. Then normally, this is a deal about the negative resistance regions we have discussed in the previous slide, that what exactly mean by negative resistance region. Okay, so we'll start with the Gunn diode in its working. Gunn diode when it's working. So the Gunn diode is made up of single semiconductor material, that is nothing but N-type semiconductor over here, and that is probably of gallium arsenide and indium phosphate. Okay, indium phosphate we are using. So normally indium phosphate is used in your LED, street light LEDs are there. So where we are using the indium phosphate, this is the very commonly used. LED street lights are there, that is of 1 watt, 2 watt, 3 watt. So we are using the indium phosphate over here. Okay, so why we are using the N-type semiconductor and why we are using the gallium arsenide? So normally we know that if my silicon or any semiconductor material or any material is there, we know that there are two bands are there. Okay, two bands are there. That is nothing but this is my valence band, and this is nothing but my conduction band, CV. Okay, so valence band is nothing but, suppose this is my electron, this is nothing but my atom, and the electrons are revolving around the nucleus in a certain orbit. Okay, so whatever the last orbit is there, that is nothing but we can say that valence orbit. Okay, so whatever the electrons are there at the last orbit, we can say that it's valency. So so they are not free charge carrier, they are still intact with the atom. Okay, they are still intact with the atom. So this will not take part in the conduction, they will not able to carry the current because they are intact one. So if we want to flow the current, then what we have to do, we have to apply some photon bombardment on this one, or we have to apply and electric potential across this one. So what will happen, this electron will take the energy and they will release, they will go to the conduction band. So whatever the last electrons are there, suppose I'm pointing out there, one, two, for example, four electrons are there in the valence band. Suppose if I am bombarding with the photon on this one, or if I am applying an electric potential across this, then what will happen, this electron will take an energy and they will go to this conduction band, and the electrons in the conduction band cause to flow the current. Electrons in the conduction band cause to flow the current. So this is the phenomena. Okay, so conduction band, four electrons are there, they are carrying the current. So now the special property of this N-type gallium arsenide is that it is having one extra layer over here, extra band over here. Okay, so In the conduction band, electron cause to flow. Okay, if I am applying a voltage beyond threshold, if I am applying the voltage beyond the threshold, then whatever the electrons are there, they will move to the next band. They will absorb the energy and they will go to the next band, that is the empty band over here. So that's why what will happen, whatever the electrons at this band are somewhat slower, so they are forming that resistance. If you are increasing the voltage, again the electron will go to the third band. If you are going to the third band, and then what will happen, the electron will become sluggish, so its drift velocity is caused to be decreasing, and if drift velocity is caused to be decreasing, then it is forming a resistance, and due to which current will start to decrease. So whatever this region is called as negative differential region. Okay, due to which this is forming a negative resistance region, and whatever the what you can say, electric field that is positive, so due to which the overall oscillation will be zero, overall effect will be zero, and which will cause the oscillation. So we are getting some kind of frequency that is near about in the range of some gigahertz. We'll discuss about this. Okay, so I will explain with the help of graph. So I have already told you that this is the VI characteristics of gun diode. This is similar to the tunnel diode. Tunnel diode we'll see afterwards. So if you are increasing, this is the voltage on x-axis, and y-axis you will find and current value. If I am applying voltage, if I am increasing the voltage, then what will happen? The current is decreasing. Current is increasing. Current is increasing. At the threshold voltage, suppose this is my threshold voltage, I will say that up to this, just a minute. I will erase this thing. Up to this voltage, the current is maximum. But after that, the current, the electron is caused to flow, caused to shift toward third band, and which will give you the negative resistance region. So from this point, from this point to up to this point, whatever the region is there, that is called as negative resistance region. And here, this region is responsible for what? Oscillation. Okay, so we have discussed about this, and whatever the minimum, what you can say, after certain point the resistance is caused to, sorry, current caused to be decreasing due to increasing in the resistance. At this point, again what will happen, you will find the minimum current over there, and after that point, if you are increasing the voltage again at the point that is called as valley point, after increasing the voltage, again the current caused to be flow, again current caused to flow. So this, whatever the effect, is called as negative resistance region, and you will get the oscillation from this. Okay, we will discuss about some of the applications of gun diode. So gun diode is used to oscillate, or it will give the frequency from 10 100 watt 100 milliwatt 5 gigahertz to 1 watt 35 gigahertz output. Okay, means if you want frequency of 35 gigahertz up to 35 gigahertz, from 5 gigahertz to 35 gigahertz, from the power output of 10 100 milliwatt to 1 watt, you are getting the gun diode oscillator. The gun diode oscillator is used for the radio communication, military and commercial radar sources. Okay, then you can use this device to determine the derailment of train. Okay, derailment of train, suppose this is my train, and if some bogie or engine is derailed from this one, so to detect that one, you can use the gun diode itself. Then use for microwave generator at the frequency range up to hundreds of gigahertz. You can use 200 of gigahertz if you have to generate. Then you can use it in the tachometers also, because tachometer is used for to generate, so to measure the speed of any moving particle. Okay, or some motor and all that, you can use that to measure the speed also. Then you can use it as current generator in pulse radar and diode generator over there. Then used in the microwave transmitter to generate the microwave radio waves at low powers. Low power, that is nothing but we have discussed about the 100 milliwatt. Okay, and 1 watt, it is a very very less power over there. So pulse generator is there, that is nothing but it is sending the pulses of whatever the frequencies are there, it is sending in the pulse. Okay, so these are some of kind of application of gun diode. So I think we will stop over there. So how was the lecture? So if you like the lecture, so please like the session and share the session with your friends so that everybody can get a benefit of this one. So thank you very much for attending this lecture. Thank you.